It's Peaches here, and this is Peaches Pit Party, the podcast. A lot of puh sounds with that title. A replay of today's full show, which you can hear weekday afternoons live on K-Barrel 101. I hope you like what I have to say, and if not, well, then I'm sorry, not sorry. Enjoy. Is it really only Tuesday? Really? Not the biggest fan of that. Anyway, hope you are doing well. It is Election Day. You have until 8 p.m. tonight to vote. Make sure to just do so. Go vote. Get it done with if you haven't done so already. I have made fun of those people that have posted this selfie with the I voted sticker on their social media pages. But if you do that, no big deal. Please, just go out and vote. That's my overall message. If you want to get a hold of me, 208-535-1015. That is the number to do so. I was looking here at this news story about a new superhuman artificial intelligence system in England called AIRE. AIRE uses electrocardiogram results to peek into your heart's health and even estimate your risk of early death. Now, this is something that, well, ignorance is bliss. I wouldn't want to find out because then I'd be deathly worried the entire time. And what if the results are horrible? Do I really want to know? Am I going to just drastically fix everything or try to change things to make it better? Now, if this thing works, doctors will be able to intervene earlier, prevent diseases before they become serious, which is something incredibly cool, right? AI predicting your future health. I don't know if you remember these or not, or even tried messing with those apps way back in the early iPhone days. They can download and it would tell you what day and year you were going to die. And I was always afraid of those apps. And I think I tried one once and it said like 2073 or something like that. So that's still far away. I should be fine, right? Well, hopefully. Got some Rammstein, I Prevail, and more to continue our afternoon here together in just a few. It's Peach's Pit Party on K-Barrel 101. Well, I'm not the biggest Saturday Night Live fan. Haven't been, never will be, especially now with their political messaging. I really just don't care for political comedy in any way, shape, or form, no matter what side. Well, since premiering in 1975, Saturday Night Live has hosted hundreds of musical guests. Some have been banned for life. I believe System of a Down was one of those bands that was banned. Same with Rage Against the Machine. Well, Billy Preston was the first, and just about every major act of each year since has followed. Gavin Edwards, one of the oldest writers for Rolling Stone, who was 7 when SNL premiered, he has compiled a list of what he deems are the 50 best musical performances in Saturday Night Live history. Now, usually when it comes to Rolling Stone and when they put out a list, it's downright awful. But Gavin decided to put David Bowie as topping the list there. Topping the list is David Bowie's performance of The Man Who Sold the World on December 15th, 1979. The rest of the top 10, you got The Replacements in 1986, Elvis Costello, 1977. You got Prince back in 1981. There's nothing really modern on this list here. Just everything from the 70s, 80s, early 90s on this list. That's about it. There's the latest one I see on here is 2014 Kendrick Lamar. And that's number 7 on the list. Who's done like the worst performance? Wasn't there somebody that stood out? I'm just forgetting the name of them right now. There is somebody that was just downright awful. I know one of the worst hosts of all time was Steven Seagal. Many people have said who have worked at SNL that he is the worst person to work with. And I could only imagine. That guy seems just awful. Now, I don't want to assume things. Maybe someday I'll get the chance to meet him. Maybe he's the nicest guy to me. I doubt it, though. I doubt it. Well, we've talked about that squirrel story, Peanut the squirrel, who was wrongfully taken from his owners and, unfortunately, euthanized. And it's quite sad. It's a very, very, very sad story. Just days after Peanut the squirrel and Fred the raccoon were euthanized by New York state officials, fans have raised almost $168,000 to help the owners Mark and Daniela Longo seek justice for the beloved animals and continue their work. The donation page is named in honor of Peanut and Fred. Support Peanut's Freedom Farm. The cash will help the Longos rescue and care for other animals. Says together we can make a difference and ensure that no other animals suffer a fate like Peanut and Fred. New York officials claim the animals had to be euthanized to test them for rabies. Well, I think they're going to be in a lot of trouble. I did see that there was some high-up doctor, according to TMZ, because TMZ is now all over this story as well, saying things. So this high-up doctor was going on, saying like there was no indication of rabies on this squirrel. The squirrel was wrongfully taken. These owners are about to have a lot of money, and rightfully so. They got their beloved pet taken away from them. That is just downright awful. Talked about it yesterday with that one lady's Facebook profile being shared everywhere. Well, it wasn't her Facebook profile. It was her full name and photo, and that photo was clearly taken from her Facebook, and since then, all of her profiles have been taken down. This is like Harambe Part 2. Peanut the Squirrel is the 2024 version of Harambe. K-Bear 101, Idaho's only rock station. Even though it is election day today, I, for the most part, like to keep politics out of anything and everything. I really don't care for it. I don't want to hear about it. I don't want to hear your political opinion. I try my best to just make this show fun. And especially when it comes to major holidays, you really want to keep politics out of it. There's that classic joke about, your uncle coming to Thanksgiving dinner and going on a political tirade, which is something you should never do. Never, ever, ever do. Well, this one Canadian homeowner decided to make Halloween political. He lives in Bowness, Calgary. They were offered, the kids that were trick-or-treating when they showed up to his place, they were offered a very strange Halloween treat, razor blades. Yeah, he left a bowl of blades outside with a note that read, "Sorry, we can't afford apples this year because of Trudeau, so this year, just razors." It's stupid, right? Local parents were not entertained by this political commentary. Someone said it was unnecessary. Political views have nothing to do with kids having fun on Halloween. And then someone else said their children reached into the bowl on Halloween night, and then she quickly told them to put the blades back. The incident was reported to police. What a stupid, stupid thing to do. You could have chosen anything but that. You know how every single year, once we get closer to Halloween, there's always those memes, hey, watch out for razor blades in your candy. This guy's just openly offering razor blades in a bowl. Genius of the day, which, by the way, you can hear the Genius of the Day segment every single weekday morning at 6:45 a.m. during the Victor Wilt Show. San Antonio Spurs, their head coach, Greg Popovich, he's taking an indefinite break due to an undisclosed illness. The 75-year-old coach has led the Spurs for 29 years, racking up almost 1,400 victories, 5 NBA titles. He didn't travel with the team to Los Angeles for yesterday's game against the Clippers and is not expected to coach in the game against Houston on Wednesday either. Let's hope he is 100% okay there. People that run marathons usually have top-of-the-line sneakers, but not Kevin LeMcCuller. I don't know how you say this guy's name. His last name looks like it's Limecooler, who decided to run the New York City Marathon in a pair of red Crocs, and he ended up setting a new world record for the fastest marathon run in Crocs, completing the race in 2 hours, 51 minutes, 27 seconds, 26.2 miles in that short amount of time in Crocs. His feet have to be killing him. And the Los Angeles Dodgers players that won the World Series will be remembered by fans for years to come, and, strippers too. The owner of a gentleman's club in Los Angeles has granted all of the players free VIP access for life. The players will receive exclusive VIP cards that guarantees them free admission and free VIP booth seating to both clubs for as long as they're alive. It's not clear how many of the players, if any, will take the clubs up on the offer. I'm sure there will be some that will secretly go over there and use it. That does it for your Shot Clock Sports Update right here on K-Bear 101. Idaho's only rock station, K-Bear 101. Obviously, today is Election Day. Make sure to go out and vote. But before you head to the polls to cast your ballot, if you haven't done so already, you still have enough time left over today. You want to make sure you know some of the rules to follow to make sure your vote can be counted. Be sure to know the hours of your polling location and whether you will be required to show a specific form of ID because voter ID laws vary by state. I think Victor said for here, if you're not registered, you can just simply show up to your polling place with proof of residency, like a utility bill of some sort, and also your driver's license. There you go. Perfect. You should also pay attention to what you're wearing because, well, here in Idaho, electioneering is against the law. If you show up wearing like a Trump T-shirt or a Kamala Harris T-shirt, you can't do that. That could land you in jail or slapped with a fine. Don't bring your dog pets are not allowed unless they are service animals. I can't believe that's actually a rule because, somebody's bound to bring their quote unquote fur baby to the polls. He comforts me. Stop it. Just cast your vote. It takes 5 minutes to do so. And I'm the young person telling you to do so. All right. A lot of young people, including some people that I know that are very close to me, were like, my vote doesn't count. It does count. Make sure to vote. Today's election day. If you haven't voted early like me or Victor, today's the last day to vote. Go out and do so. K-Bear 101, it's Peach's Pip Party. It was incredibly cool to see K-Bear get mentioned in the Sleep Token subreddit. My friend Dan, he decided on Discord last night to tell me about this, that 9 days ago, somebody in the Sleep Token subreddit asked the question, does Sleep Token get played on the radio? Let me see if I have it pulled up here. Yeah, there we go. Have you guys ever heard Sleep Token play on the radio? Then this guy went on further to say, I haven't heard anyone talk about hearing Sleep Token playing on the radio and what station it was on. And if you had heard any Sleep Token songs, what song did you hear? Clearly, we've been playing Sleep Token since the very beginning. We've been playing their more popular songs. We played Take Me Back to Eden in its entirety during Victor's morning show. Sleep Token is popular amongst the masses, hence why we are playing it. And I'm glad somebody by the name here, let me pull it up again because I had it screenshotted here on my phone. Zealous Ideal Sir 264, that's the username, said, you aren't going to believe this, but K-Bear 101 in Southeast Idaho was highly likely the first station in the U.S. that played them. And then my friend Dan responded saying, I'm friends with one of the hosts and I've gotten him to play quite a few Sleep Token songs on the radio. Shout out to my boy Peaches, which we've been playing Sleep Token songs before, way before I've ever known him. And I'm super glad that this person, Zealous Ideal Sir 264, said in response to that, small world, how we rock was my babysitter, LOL, Peach's Pit Party for the win. I'm getting recognition in the Sleep Token subreddit. Look at me, Mom. I'm famous. Idaho's only rock station, K-Bear 101. I've talked about this with Victor on the noon hour of Madness and Mayhem, powered by Jalisco's Olivia Rodrigo. For some reason, somebody asked her, do you think you would want to go to space? Oh, wait, no. Somebody didn't ask her that. Somebody asked her what her red flag is when it comes to dating, and she, for some reason, made a subtle political jab at Elon Musk because, he's supporting specifically one side. And Olivia Rodrigo is like, well, if a guy ever says he wants to go to space, I don't date them. And then she came up with this weird thing of like, I just think if you want to go to space, you're a little too full of yourself. Like, come on. You're basically just making a jab at Elon and people like Elon that want to go to space. Now, I myself don't really care for doing so. Do I care about going to Mars? Absolutely not. Do I ever want to go into space? No, thank you. The highest I'll go is in an airplane, and that's about it. 36,000 feet is plenty. I don't need to go to space. There's so many things that could go wrong with space adventures. Olivia Rodrigo, this goes to show that dating's so weird and finicky now. There's always these buzz phrases like dating red flag. Oh, he gave me the ick for a very weird reason here. It's all over the internet of different women saying, oh, I don't date guys who insert very obvious hobby here or something like that. What a dumb thing to say. You ever take something as a sign and go, maybe that's about to happen to me? I really hope not, or for at least me. What I'm talking about here is that every single time I go onto Facebook, there's a post on the feed of some sort that says, be prepared, you're about to move. And it's more so for people that are hopeful, saying like, oh, I want to move into a new place with much better conditions than what I currently have and all that. And I see this post. I see different variations of this post all over my feed every single time on Facebook. And I'm like, is this a sign that I'm about to move soon? I really hope not. I'm not in the right mindset to move. I don't want to lift up my furniture yet again. I just rearranged my 2 bedrooms. I talked about that on yesterday's show. And considering I've hung up a bunch of different posters and flags everywhere, I'm going to have to patch up a lot of those nail holes, which Victor has told me that the landlord will do and still give you your security deposit back. I've paid my rent on time. I've done nothing bad for that building. I've done nothing bad to that building, I should say. I should be just fine. I should be. But you know how landlords are. I'm dreading April. Like, I'm really anxious about April coming around, because April's usually the month where I'll get that letter in my email and my mailbox saying, hey, we feel it's necessary for a rental increase. And I'm like, oh, not this again. Not this again. I won't be able to afford it if there is another one. That's when that post will come into fruition, and I will have to move. Peach's Pit Party on K-Barrow 101, Idaho's only rock station. Luckily, I don't have this problem when it comes to my work email. The only time I ever really get emails outside of the hours that I'm here from people are for them to send over a new track, or maybe they're just following up from an email that I sent out talking about band meet and greets and all of that. Well, I'm just reading here about this emailtooltester.com survey. Found that a majority of workers out there support a right to disconnect law. This could be similar to legislation passed in Australia protecting employees from constant digital communication. The average American worker spends a daily average of 2 hours, 45 minutes on digital work communications alone. Now, I'm all for getting rid of the meeting entirely and just putting everything into email. That way it's right there. It's written down. You can go back to it if you have an employee that breaks a rule. You can just say, hey, look, this email specifically says this, and you broke that. There you go. Boom. Isn't Mark Cuban a huge advocate for that, where he's like, I don't want to attend any more meetings. I'm only wanting emails. Man, that'd be good. That'd be so great to just avoid any unnecessary meetings, because I live by that mantra, the best interaction's no interaction when it comes to the bosses. You don't want them paying attention to you. You just want to do your thing, work your job, and get out of there. K-Barrow 101, Idaho's only rock station. Victor and Josh from Classy 97, they've been neck deep, which is, well, not necessarily all that deep when you look at them height-wise, but they've been diving deep into Christmas music, and Classy 97 is preparing on the 15th to launch Christmas music. To play Christmas music nonstop till Christmas, of course, and then stop it. I never understood the reason why to play Christmas music, first of all, so early, but second of all, after Christmas and go until New Year's. Once Christmas is done, it's done. It's like a wedding. You have all this prep for it. Christmas gets here. It's done within a couple hours, because you're really only opening presents in the morning. You maybe have like a dinner that night with the family, but that's about it, really. At least that's what I've done. That's what I've been through. And it's there was one Christmas one year we had so many presents. We didn't stop opening presents till like 2 or 3 in the afternoon, but all the presents were small little things. Now I'm thankful for pretty much anything. You know, kids will always say like, oh, why did I get socks for Christmas? This is lame. I'd be thankful for socks now. Oh, sweet, socks. My Christmas list this year is probably going to have new pillows on it for my bed, for me to sleep on, things that I really, really want, but at the same time, I don't want to buy them myself type of thing. I wish I could take all the Christmas lists I have ever put together over the many, many years I have done so, and watched the different presents sort of devolve from like gaming systems to a drum set to now all of a sudden socks and maybe even a can of soda. Yeah. Well, this guy was gaining weight for about 12 years. I guess like over the course of 12 years, he's been gaining weight, so much so that he was diagnosed with obesity. So he was prescribed Ozempic, but it was having the opposite effect, and his belly was continuing to grow. And no, he's not Santa Claus. It wasn't until his doctors took a closer look at him and noticed he didn't have a weight problem. He had a tumor problem, a 60-pound tumor. Doctors spent 10 hours operating on him to remove the enormous thing from his abdomen. The surgery was successful, but the tumor did cause some other problems to his body, including damage to his small intestine and a kidney, which needed to be removed. He has filed a lawsuit against the doctors for their failure to identify the tumor for years. Now, when you try to remove a tumor like that is 60 pounds, to try to cut it out of the person's body. Now, I don't want to get too grotesque with this break, But do they have to like just cut it out and then lift it up and then put it on a tray? Like, how do you remove a 60-pound tumor? I wonder how that guy feels now. Does he feel much better about himself? Does he feel like a much lighter? Love to ask him those questions. To Peach their own time for me to ask you the question of the day. You give me your best response at 208-535-1015. As a kid, what was your dream job, and have you got that dream job? Let me know. 208-535-1015. It differed when I was a kid. When I was real young, I wanted to be a WWE wrestler real badly until I saw all the injuries that those wrestlers went through, and I went, okay, no thanks. I'll be a referee instead. Which, dumb kid me was like, yeah, I want to be a wrestling referee. Dumb. And then I went on to say, you know what? I'm a tall guy. Let me be an NBA player. Which I was far from that level to begin with. Never would have made it there. And then I really badly wanted to be in a band with my friend Bobby at the time. And found out we would have not survived as a band. I was not nearly as good as I should have been. He was very controlling, very egotistical, terrible, terrible person. But yeah, I think that was pretty much it. So as a kid, what was your dream job and have you got it? I mean, now I could say this is definitely my dream job, doing something like this on the air, entertaining people for the most part. Some people might just hear me and go, man, this guy sounds stupid. To Peach the Roan, as a kid, what was your dream job and have you got it? 208-535-1015. Let me know your answer. K-Bear, how's it going?
Not too bad, my friend. So I have answers for you.
Yeah, you have an answer?
Oh, yeah.
All right, as a kid, what was your dream job?
Well, technically, I think I got to work almost every one of them.
Oh, yeah?
Because before I was the age of 10, my father had a billiard hall with a video arcade in it, and I got to run the front half at the age of 8 to 9 years old. That was amazing and fun. Get paid to play video games. I did want to be a grocery store manager. Spent a year in a grocery store. Decided I didn't like that. And I thought I'd go work for a beer company. Did that for 10 years, enjoyed every minute of it. But it started to wear on the body. And then I thought, oh, well, it'd be nice to run a business or own a business. And kind of what I do now, and I'm getting burned out. I just want to be retired.
Hey, K-Bear, how's it going?
Good, how are you, Peaches?
Hey, thanks for calling in. Now, as a kid, what was your dream job?
I wanted to be a chocolatier like Jacques Torres.
And how did that work out for you?
I trim trees around high voltage lines.
Oh, I mean, I feel like that would pay more, right? But the risk is a lot bigger.
It's arguable, I think.
All right, now I got more people calling in. Let's see what this next person has to say here. Hey, K-Bear, as a kid, what was your dream job?
Hey, Brendan. Mine was two jobs. Was being the PBR and ranching.
Have you succeeded, or have you done both?
Kind of.
Okay.
I've been on a couple bulls, and I was a ranch hand for a bit.
There we go. Has the word ranch in it.
Yeah, but yeah, no, not quite yet. Still a goal.
You'll get there.
I'm young enough that I still can.
Yeah. I suggest anybody who wants to do something, go for it. So.
Yeah, it's hard. You got to have money.
Oh, yeah, valuable resource there.
Yeah, well, I mean, bull riding to get into the PBR, you got to be able to go to practices and ride, and then ranching, you got to have money to start it. So. Right, no kidding. Yeah. Well, get some. Get a friend that's rich. There you go. Yeah, maybe I should have married rich. Yeah, there you go. You still have time, like you said. You're still young. You might as well. Yeah. I'm just kidding. Please don't. I can't believe Peaches on K-Bear was telling people to divorce their significant other. Yeah, I'm gonna go on Facebook and put a rant out there, Brendan. Oh, please do. Well, thank you for that answer. I appreciate it. Oh yeah. Hey, and I do have a song request. Okay, yeah. Since you called in, what would you like to hear? I think it's called "Down with the Dynasty" by Darius Johnson. I will see if we have that, and I'll try to get it on for you for sure. All right, sweet. Thanks. Absolutely. Thank you. Hey, K-Bear, how's it going?
Hey, sir.
Uh-oh, the phone's cutting out, man. I can barely hear you. Oh, and now I
Is that
can.
better?
Yeah, it's better now. Okay, there we go.
All right.
Is this Cal?
Perfect. This is Cal.
Cal, I recognize the voice. I was like, this has to be Cal. Now, Cal, what
Well, I got.
go for it.
I always wanted to be a truck driver when I was a kid, and then I became a roofer when I became an adult, and finally that sucked, and finally got my CDL, and now I drive truck.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah.
Cal, the truck driver. Thanks for listening to Peach's Pit Party, the podcast. If you enjoy the show, please share, subscribe, and rate the podcast. Peach's Pit Party is hosted by me, Peaches, and is a production of Riverbend Media Group. For more information or to contact the show, visit riverbendmediagroup.com. Until next time, Peach out.